The guard here is telling me that I have to leave the building.
Okay, got it.
This is an evacuated building, Nima. I'm only here because this is the only place I can get this done. I have to leave because he's responsible for the building. He's the guard, and there's no one else here.
Okay, take care, Professor Marandi.
Seyed Mohammad Marandi is a professor of English literature and Orientalism at the University of Tehran, where he also heads the North American Studies program. He is also a political analyst known for his critiques of Western media and culture, and has appeared as a commentator on international news networks such as Al Jazeera and the BBC. Born in the U.S., he returned to Iran at the age of 13 and later fought in the Iran-Iraq War. Professor, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much for having me. Of course, I have to correct one thing.
Sure.
My reign of terror in the American Studies Department has ended. It ended a few years ago, and so, yeah, it's so sad.
Okay.
So I'm no longer the head of. I'm no longer the head of the department.
Got it. Understood.
Okay. You grew up in the U.S. until you were 13?
I was born in the United States. My parents moved to the United States to study. Also, my father, because for political issues, had to leave the country. And when I was almost 13, we moved back.
Okay. Wow. So, of course, you're doing this interview under pretty extraordinary circumstances. You've been making the rounds these past few days, despite the incredible difficulties of doing this while your city or your country is under siege. And so here is a video that I just want to show. This surfaced on X this afternoon of you having to apparently cut an interview short because you were being evacuated from the building you were doing the interview from.
People who are suffering from genocide.
What are the main points to be considered to get back?
They have ordered me, Nima. The guard here is telling me that I have to leave the building.
Okay, got it.
He's This is an evacuated building, Nima. I'm only here because this is the only place I can get this done. I have to leave because he's responsible for the building. He's the guard, and there's no one else here.
Okay, take care, Professor Marandi. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so what is it like moment to moment there right now where you are as you sit? And what are the challenges of just staying in contact with the world around you? What's the situation with internet, with phone access, where you are right now?
Well, it's not possible to do interviews using the internet right now. And so I have to be in a building like the Press TV building or an IRIB building, the Iranian National Radio and Television, where the internet is a bit better. But right now, the internet is slow. You can use Iranian websites easily, but to use other websites outside of the country, it's more difficult and slow, and it's for security reasons because they're trying to, the United States, the Israelis, their allies, they're trying to carry out cyber attacks on the banking system, on infrastructure, on the internet itself, and so. And also they're using the internet apparently for drones and that sort of thing. That's my understanding. So they've slowed it down, and that's made it very difficult for me. That's why often when you saw that the interview that you saw, the quality was not good. I think right now it's a bit better because I guess not many people, the Press TV building has been evacuated since the bombing of Iranian national TV. radio and television. As soon as I was actually at Press TV when that happened. I was preparing for an interview with Piers Morgan, and so they bombed the building number 1 at IRIB, and that's I don't know if you've seen the footage of the presenter. She was speaking, and then the building exploded behind her. There's also another presenter. She is for radio. I think it's called Ava Radio. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I tweeted her too. She was also live when it happened. So when that happened, they started evacuating Press TV, and I was in the back room for the interview, just like right now, before you bring me in. They had a back room, so I was waiting there. They knew I was there. I was supposed to be starting, but they kept delaying me. And another guard, it was the same thing. Another guard came in, said, "You have to go," and I pleaded, and and he sat down and said, "I'm not going until you come with me." And so I actually yelled at him a couple of times, maybe 3-4 times, for him to go. And he is the guard, a young man, but maybe my beard, my white, as we say in Iran, my white beard had some credibility. So he left, went downstairs, and said, "I'm waiting for you." And so when the Piers, basically it was a risk, but Piers Morgan, instead of letting me speak, he just rambled on about Iran and how horrible it is and what the dystopia it is, and all sorts of nonsense. Basically, I think, in my opinion, preparing the grounds to demonize Iran and to prepare for war. And you've met, people like Max Blumenthal and George Galloway and others who've recently been to Iran, and they know that this is all nonsense. But but after that, I left the building. But since a couple of hours later, I had another interview with Judge Napolitano, so I sort of waited. I waited outside, and then after a couple of hours, I got permission to enter the building again. It was empty, but I went to the room where I was using the internet, and I did my interview with the judge, which the quality of the internet wasn't good either. And then again, I had to go out and then come back. That's how I've been doing the last 3-4 days, just going outside the building and then coming in for interviews. And sometimes because I get tired, I just sit inside the building until they tell me to leave.
Hey, have you ever tried getting ivermectin, methylene blue, or mebendazole from your regular doctor? Good luck. Most won't even talk about it. But the truth is, you shouldn't have to beg for these medicines that you want. And you shouldn't have to wait for permission to take care of your own health. I'm telling you, don't wait till you're sick. Be prepared, because when things go south, it's not the hospital that's going to save you. It's what you've already got at home. That's why I'm telling people about All Family Pharmacy. They're redefining what healthcare should be, helping you stay stocked with both essentials and everyday meds, no hassle. You order online. A licensed doctor reviews your order, writes the prescription, and boom, your meds shipped straight to your door, no hassle. They've got ivermectin, methylene blue, mebendazole, plus over 200 medications, including antibiotics, emergency kits, and your daily prescriptions. It's not just a pharmacy. It's the backup plan every family needs. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/door right now. Stock up. Be ready. That's allfamilypharmacy.com/door and use the code DORE10 and get 10% off your order today. Come see us on tour in Glasgow, Manchester, Belfast, Dublin, Liverpool, Birmingham, and London. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.